let's speak about somebody who ain't mediocre. Let's talk about Michael Jackson. So Netflix, and I didn't even know this was happening until I saw the trailer earlier today. Apparently, they have a trailer that they just dropped of Michael Jackson. The movie that's out right now, grossing close to almost $1 billion at the worldwide box office. Everybody's loving it. The music is flying up the charts on Spotify and Apple Music, and people are streaming it. And he dethroned, he beat Drake's fake ass record because he was trying to beat a dead person. And y'all be thinking that's a flex. I'm like, he's not even alive to fight you on this shit. The man is dead and still beat your record. But anyway, so with all of that stuff and them ignoring the molestation stuff in the movie, Netflix ain't shying away from it because this upcoming documentary they have coming out is going to be addressing the 2005 SA situation that I believe he was acquitted on. So a new and they love a three-parter. So a new three-part Netflix series about the explosive 2005 Michael Jackson trial titled Michael Jackson: The Verdict is set to premiere on June 3rd. The docuseries covers the pop icon's 2003 charges of child M-word, the resulting trial, and the media circus that revolved around the courtroom proceedings. The doc features key individuals who were in the courtroom, including jurors, witnesses, accusers, and defenders. Is Kamala Harris going to be up in there? Because wasn't she a part of that situation? Where she was trying to get Michael Jackson to go to jail. That's why Janet don't like her. But you said the series explores the case against Jackson from both the prosecution, the defense sides. Now they said, though Jackson was acquitted on all counts, interest in the iconic singer and his legal battles have continued long after his 2009 death. Now directed by Nick Green, the documentary is executive produced by Fiona Stourton. The filmmakers told Netflix that it felt like the right time to revisit the trial and its lingering questions, and they approached it as a historical account, presenting the facts as they unfolded in court, saying it's been 20 years since the trial of Michael Jackson in which he was found not guilty. Yet to this day, controversy still rages, the filmmakers told Todom. No cameras were allowed in court, and so the public's view of the facts at the time were filtered with commentators and presented piecemeal. It was time to take a forensic look at the trial as a whole. Now, anyone interested in the Michael Jackson story should feel this documentary gives them a window into what was largely a closed event and a chance to feel closer to what happened. The filmmakers also interviewed media figures who were covering the trial, saying that the aim was to take the audience inside the proceedings and only speak to eyewitnesses who played a part in those events, the filmmaker said. Now, Michael Jackson: The Verdict is created by showrunner David Herman, who also, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of people that's executive produced that yet. We don't know and we don't care. But it sounds interesting that this is coming out right now. I mean, the timing couldn't be greater, especially with Michael Jackson, people living for Michael Jackson with the success of this movie, which, everybody was complaining, oh, y'all don't be discussing the molestation stuff, and y'all giving more like this vapid, Disney-fied there's all the complaints, and it was even on my end. I was like, yeah, I'm enjoying the music, but if you're going to sit up here and do a documentary, I want to at least get to the meat and the bones of who Michael Jackson was, and not just all this surface level shit. And it seemed like the only way we're going to get conversations going about Michael's past and some of the things of whether or not you believe that he SA'd some kids. We already did the story yesterday that Michael Jackson's friend, who allegedly fathered Prince and Paris Jackson, that's their real daddy, allegedly. And he came out and said that Michael confided in him and told him that he was abused, or he was M-worded as a kid, and thought it was like normal to be going through that. So now we're hearing this stuff coming out. So in a way, I guess I'm actually glad that Netflix has the cojones to take this on, because the estate is not going to be too pleased about this. But if they're handling it the right way and they're actually digging into the stuff that happened and bringing historical context and really bringing the facts and all the other stuff instead of propaganda, then I feel like this is definitely something I will be checking out when it drops. When is it? Next week? Because, yeah, they said, oh, wait, no, it's in 2 weeks, because this week is what? This is the week of the 23rd. Yeah, so in about 2 weeks, we should be getting it. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Is this something you're looking forward to be or interested in checking out regarding anything regarding Michael Jackson and his trials of diddling with kids and all this other stuff? Because, once you paid out Jordy Chandler and his family, you knew that it was going to be a lot of people coming out of the woodwork trying to get their piece of the pie. Well, then I say, that's why I always say, like, if that's not something you ever did to people, I'm like, okay, bitch, we going to court and I'm gonna clean you out. Because what you're not going to do is sit up in here and make me look like I'm an abuser of children. Because it makes you look guilty when you settle. I understand people don't want to be up in court and have to deal with all this other mess, but I'm like, well, I got time today. Because what you're not going to do is out here and smear me if I'm innocent. So let me know what you especially if I had Michael's money, that's the approach I would take. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.